I'm actually worried. I feel like you just finessed me here a little bit. Okay. Don't want to touch controversy. That's public. Okay.
Welcome to Pick a Hand, the interview show where I bring on fellow creators and attempt to take their money. How? Through multiple pick your poison scenarios, I ask them the tough questions your local podcast is frankly too to ask. The more they walk through the fire, the more chance they have at emptying my own pockets. The pot at the end will always be put towards the creator's charity of choice, so even though I'll burn a bridge, we still end with wholesomeness. For this episode, I brought on the mostly okay Jedi herself, a movie review machine, a 500k sub hustler, and co-host of our soon-to-be upcoming podcast, Camp Counselors, presented by More Butter, Amanda, the Jedi. So please get yourself some ketchup lays and enjoy the interview. After we pay some bills, of course. I would also like to thank Raycon for sponsoring this video. Oh hey, didn't see you there. Yeah, I was just listening to Deji's diss track slowed plus reverb while it's raining outside. Raycon's everyday earbuds look and sound better than ever, and they will not budge. See? With 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life, it's no wonder that the everyday earbuds have over 48,000 5-star reviews. Quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. Whether you're studying, getting yoked, or the everyday earbuds stay in for audio euphoria.
And don't forget about those comfortable gel tips.
So click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/MistaGG to get 15% off your Raycon purchase. That's buyraycon.com/MistaGG, and thank you Raycon for sponsoring this video. Hello Amanda the Jedi, how are you?
I'm just really looking forward to this one, Mike. Just really excited. I'm sorry, am I supposed to call you Mr. Gigi here?
Oh snap, I got exposed, dude. It's fine.
So sorry.
It's fine, shit. It's fine. We'll cut it out. Let's just get right into it. We're gonna start with question number 1 here on Pick a Hand. You have recently began a podcast, The Mothership with Friendly Space Ninja, Bruno Papaleo, and Broly Deschanel, which I encourage you all to check out, by the way. Podcasts are interesting, yet oddly divisive, because nowadays you might hear something like, why does everyone and their mother have a fucking podcast?
Yeah.
Do you ever catch yourself thinking the same thing? What do you think makes people point the oversaturated finger at podcasts, but, you know, not at every other form of content?
I think that with podcasts, I think that people just they promote them a lot too. So it's not just like, you don't just like go on YouTube and upload a video and see who kind of maybe finds it. Mm-hmm. It can just be anyone in their basement talking for like an hour about anything. And then they go to like TikTok and promote these little clips. And then people are going to be like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Or I don't know if it's just because there's like more of them, or if there just ends up being so many that people just aren't interested in the content, or it's like every 5, you talk to like your friend group and like probably at least half the friend group has a podcast that you haven't heard of. You have no idea that they're doing it, but they've been doing it for like 2 years. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why there's like a specific hate on for that, but I feel like the hate is everywhere. I just think that at some point people started making jokes about podcasts very specifically, and then it just kind of turned into like that dog pile situation.
So podcasts just unfortunately got jumped into the meme, is what you're saying? Yeah,
like I think so. I do think that there are a lot of podcasts that don't do themselves any favors with how they talk about things or what they do. And I don't know, some people just don't put any effort into things. And I'm not saying that I've put that much effort into everything I do. I'm just saying, but yeah, I think it's kind of like TikTok, because like TikTokers all get like shit on for different things too, but half of them are getting like millions of views. But yeah, I don't know what it specifically is. I don't know if it's just because of like the length of the content that just two people will turn on cameras and just start talking about like nothing and everything, versus like videos where people usually kind of have like a set idea of what they're trying to do in like a set amount of time.
I got you. Okay, that makes sense, because like, okay, you got like a 5-minute video and you're just talking some bullshit. Whatever, we got over it quick. Mm-hmm. You have no right to talk for an hour about this type of bullshit. Okay,
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Perfect answer. Number 2 right here. Can you give me some quick, fun behind the scenes on a few of these staple moments in your life? Number 1, James Gunn sharing his indie playlist with you on Twitter.
Okay, he made that for me. I was basically going to be traveling for the first time in a while for work, and I just wanted some new music. And I was like, can someone recommend me some bands that kind of have like the indie punk, post-hardcore, whatever vibes, or just like indie punk, indie pop, similar to like stuff that you might find on like a James Gunn or an Edgar Wright soundtrack. I realized that everyone, as they were answering, it was adding both of them. So I ended up deleting it. And then he was all like, blah, Amanda deleted her tweet, but here's your playlist that I have custom curated for you while I'm supposed to be drawing storyboards for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Mm-hmm. So if that movie sucks, it's my fault.
We found the culprit, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly. That was really exciting.
Okay, how about being featured in a CNN business video mashup with your review of Cats?
That was probably one of the highlights of my life, at least on YouTube, because that was like, my channel had just started picking up in December after like a bit of a slump, and I was kind of changing my content around and like what I wanted to make for videos. So I go see Cats, and it's literally the worst thing the worst thing I've endured in my life. And I've watched Human Centipede, I've watched Splice, I've watched Hostel, and Cats is still like the worst thing I ever think I've sat through. So I make that video, and then, first thing in the new year, it's like Taylor Swift's like, I got to go to Cat University. What more could you want? And then it's like, Cats is an unhinged nightmare. And it's just like right over to me. So that was very fun. And that connection, it's near and dear to me. She doesn't know we have that connection, but it means a lot to me.
It's there regardless. I'm sorry, Taylor.
Exactly. Forever.
Last one here. Being a background hype girl on Canadian kids game show, Uh-Oh.
Okay. Holy shit. So they basically have these halftime shows that they would go around the country finding kids to just run these random obstacle course that the main kids in like Ontario would vote on in the middle. So they could be like, you think that the yellow player is going to win, purple player or orange player. So basically every teacher had to put up a couple kids. And then you had to do a bunch of stupid shit in front of your school. And then they picked based on how many cheers you got, whether or not you were like going through the next round. Mm-hmm. So the episode that is like up online that you can see is not one that I actually participated in. It is just me wearing the shirt in the background, like standing really awkwardly and like hyping on these like people going. But it was at our zoo in my hometown, where I don't live anymore, so don't be weird trying to find me there, but like it was at the zoo. We got to change in the otter compound, so like there's like an otter hut where the otters could leave the water and go in. That's where they had us like change into like the shirts and put on like knee pads and elbow pads and stuff if we needed them. So it was an experience.
Professionalism to the highest degree.
Truly.
And we have arrived at our first pick a hand, where it does not matter what hand you pick because you're still gonna get punched in the face.
Goddamn.
I will give you one word as a hint to each hand's question, but that will be it.
Okay.
If you refuse to answer, that's $50 yoinked from your bank account. If you do answer, I get Uno reverse yoinked, and I proceed to miss all my mortgage payments. So, I do also want to remind you, the pick a hand questions will get a bit more saucy each time we come back around.
Okay.
Now, in my left, Amanda, we will talk private. In my right, we will talk controversy. Amanda the Jedi, pick a hand.
Let's go private.
Private! You have selected the left hand. Exciting stuff. So, a lot of people tend to look at their past selves and think, kind of cringe, right?
Yes.
As a content creator, that's amplified to the upteenth because everything you've done is so easily accessible. I've personally privated dozens of videos, as I would assume most creators have, right? One thing I do commend you for, though, is your earliest public video dates all the way back to July 2010, where you talk about your PlayStation 3 collection. Yep. And I thought that was kind of cool, because I was like, I don't think I would have left anything from 2010, even within that realm.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, assuming you are not the perfect YouTuber, and you have privated videos, what's one video you can share the details about with us? A video you tucked away because you were just straight up embarrassed of it for one reason or another.
Oh man, okay. I have privated a lot. The only reason why I haven't privated that first one was because it randomly had a lot of views from like back in the day. Like even when I hadn't uploaded for 5 years because I made like 3 videos and then stopped, that video kept getting views over the years. So I was like, I'll leave it. Should probably ditch that. But I don't even think I need to go saucy here. I've privated a bunch of gaming videos. I used to be like huge in the gaming scene. That's kind of where I got my start in like the Call of Duty. So I had like a bunch of different like vlogs and Call of Duty things and like just random videos of people sending me stuff. I don't actually, this one might not even be private. Somebody sent me like a waifu pillow from like Overwatch
that's public. Just want to say that. Yeah.
That's public. Okay.
Just want to let you know.
Sick. That doesn't matter. That's fine. I'm doing good. So that's what I mean. If that's what I'm leaving public, like the stuff that's private's not too bad. It's just like older embarrassing stuff. Like other than that, I had like a PSP collection, a Blu-ray collection that I pulled down because they were dumb. Some of them it's just stuff that like flat out doxed my like parents' location.
Oh,
so
shit.
I was just like, I'm just kind of like, because like you put stuff up on the internet in 2010 before you could make money on YouTube. You don't think it's going to get to a point where like weird people are going to try to find you or nice people. Mm-hmm. But yeah, sorry, boring answer there.
No, not boring answer. I like the docs throw in. Made it a little saucy at the end. I like that.
Yeah.
So, Amanda, that's awesome. You have now added $50 to the pot on my behalf. That is great. What did you say? Get fucked?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. Whoa, we about to tussle. Okay. So now you have an option. You can move on with the interview as so. It'll be nice, hoo-ha. Or you can risk it and go to the opposite hand, the right hand that was controversy. If you go to this hand, you cannot buy your way out. You have to answer this question. What do you want to do?
I'm going to be boring. We're going to keep going with the interview.
Let's keep going with the interview then.
I don't want to touch controversy.
We love it. Okay. Next question. For this question, I'd like for you to help finish this list for me if you can. I'll start. Number 5, Avengers Infinity War. Number 4, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Number 3, Titanic. Number 2, Avengers Endgame. And number 1, can you take a guess?
Avatar.
On the list of the highest grossing films of all time, the reigning king is James Cameron's Avatar at $2.8 billion made. Amanda, can you not so calmly explain why you fucking loathe 2009's Avatar?
It's like a fucking tech demo. It's not good. And it's like years later, everyone was like, hey guys, maybe this movie's not that great. And I was like, fucking vindication. Because I'll be honest, I did not go into it with the best. I wanted to watch Sherlock Holmes that day, but Sherlock Holmes was sold out. And that should have been the indication that something was wrong. When the like big blockbuster 3D extravaganza had seats available, but Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes did not. My cat had just died. My beloved childhood cat. So I was just like, I need a break. And I go watch this stupid movie where they do all of this crazy stuff. They get like a linguistic expert to like make up a language for them. And then they just call the thing that doesn't really look like a horse, that's kind of a horse. They didn't come up with a fun name for it. They just didn't call it a fucking horse. I hate the military dude so much. When villains get too cartoony like that, it loses me. It passed an annoyance threshold. When something gets to the point that it starts annoying me, I'm fucking done. So I basically walked out of that theater. It was death. And then I had to go to work a job where we sell movies. So it's basically everybody talking about how much they loved it. And then when it came out on DVD and Blu-ray, I had to listen to all these people being like, this is fucking amazing. And you can't just be like, I think your opinion is dog shit because you're working. There's like only a handful of things that I hate a lot, and Avatar is on that list.
Okay, good. Because I needed an explanation. Because you continuously kept referencing fuck Avatar. You were just standing by. That was a hill you were dying on. And I was like, okay, clearly I'm missing something. I haven't seen it since it came out. So
Same.
I'm not going to defend it. I'm not going to fight with you on that. You can have
thank
it.
you. Yeah, I keep meaning to go back to it. I keep saying I'm going to go back to it when the second one releases.
Mm-hmm. Which...
It's been...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll be dead happily before it comes out. I'm joking. Okay.
Okay. Next question here. You have had an interesting trajectory on YouTube. Nowadays, you are very much movie and show focused, but back in the day, you were a straight up commentary YouTuber, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sprinkled in with travel vlogs, trailer reactions, the works.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like at one point, commentary was the plan. So much so that you had actually created a second channel that would be dedicated to movie content.
Yeah.
What happened between your commentary era and pulling the plug on mind trick movies that eventually led to your transition in content?
Cats. Cats was a big one. Cats did so well on my channel that there was like a handful of videos that did really well. So like some trailer reactions did well. Some like movie reviews were like doing better than other content. It was doing better on my main channel than that secondary channel. I've privated all the videos over there now. So I was like, I just kind of started it for a while. It was back and forth. I would do like 1 and 1, 1 and 1 type thing, or it'd be like 2 and 2 per month, like 2 movie-based things, 2 commentary-based things. And then eventually, like, I was just happier doing the movie stuff. I was less stressed doing the movie stuff, even though people can be very opinionated. And then YouTube likes it when you kind of stay in line with things. Like, I think the way that we kind of talk about movies, we can get away with jumping out into other topics. So if there was ever anything else I really wanted to talk about, it was more on the commentary side of things, I could probably get away with it still. But yeah, no, I really like movies. I started going to film festivals too. So I just like getting the chance to talk about movies that people might not have heard of necessarily. And then it's just fun to like dunk on the stuff that's like not so great. So yeah, so that's pretty much what happened there. It was just, it made me happier. Yeah.
Okay, so Cat's responsible for a lot of good things in your life, is what you're saying.
Yes, it's one of these very weird situations where I think that Cats is like the worst thing I've ever had to endure for 2 hours, but it has repaid me time and time again. Yes, many times over.
All right, well, it is time for another pick a hand.
Okay.
Amanda, in my left, we will talk letdowns. In my right, we will talk audience. Amanda the Jedi, pick a hand.
I'm kind of interested by audience. I think letdown is safer, but I'm interested by audience. So let's go audience. Let's risk it for the biscuit here.
Okay, this one's a straight shooter right here. You have chosen the right hand. Amanda, what's a pet peeve of yours regarding YouTube, obviously, or things surrounding YouTube, that your very own audience is often guilty of?
My audience overall is pretty cool. I will say that. I like my audience. They're really chill. I feel like a lot of us deal with the same things where people can get a little bit too familiar or try to be like too, like they'll make jokes that like maybe your best friend could get away with, but like this random person from like Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, I don't know who you are. Why are you saying this to me? But I would say for me, the thing that would probably happen the most, I was just talking about this the other day. It's people asking for videos about shit that I don't know what it is. It's not popular. I don't know. I've never heard of it. And I see a lot of movies that people haven't heard of. And people will just be like, still waiting for your video on cert random ass fucking thing here. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Why are you waiting for that? Or people will send me like very itemized, like, this is what I want the video on, but this is what it has to be about. Like, you have to approach it this way. And I'm like, it sounds like you could make a really good YouTube video right now. Cause like,
exactly.
I don't know what you want. And it's more annoying. Like if they do it once, it's whatever, but it's the people being like, asking Amanda the Jedi to do this every day until she does it. That is the quickest way for me to be like, I might have been planning to do that, but it's never fucking happening now. So that's probably the one. Like, it's okay if you be like, hey, are you planning to cover this? That's fine. Or like, I'd like to see your opinion on this. That's good. But there's like a fine line between like respectable and annoying as shit. And it's fine. It is a fine line.
People trying to force their way into the content and be like, no, this is going to happen because I'm going to just bug the shit out of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't respond well to that.
That's another $50 added to the pot just like that, Amanda. That's $100 total.
There you go.
In this beautiful, beautiful pot. Now, I will ask you again. You can go over to the left hand, which is letdowns. Risk it for the biscuit, but you have to answer this question. You can now buy your way out, or we can keep moving on with the interview. It is up to you.
You know what? Let's keep it interesting for the people. Let's do letdown. Let's do letdown.
Okay.
Let's do letdown.
Awesome. You have chosen letdowns. Now, Amanda, I've known about you since someone pointed me to your review on Secret Obsession, a movie that we both covered, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And this isn't just YouTube jargon for the camera. It has genuinely been very fucking cool to see you grow into the creator that you are today.
Thank you.
Now, obviously, early grinding on YouTube is usually accompanied by a healthy imagination, daydreaming about what it would be like to be a big YouTuber.
Yeah.
I'd say 500k subs is a hit out of the fucking park, so now I have to ask you, what let you down on this journey? What misconception did you have about YouTube fame? What did you think you would enjoy that you now fucking hate?
Ooh, I don't know about fucking hate, but I don't think people realize like just how much this is like a constant thing. I never stop working. And you'd think like, oh, but you're like doing better, so that probably means you're getting more money, which means you can probably afford to take time off. But like YouTube doesn't work that way, so you always have to keep doing things. There's always something new that I want to cover. And then there's stuff that I want to cover that I know is going to do badly, so then I have to plan for something that I think is going to do better so that I can offset it like immediately. And then that gets stressful. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like I did more before when I had like an actual job that I had to juggle around all this, but I think like my videos have just become more involved since like going full time. But like, I think that like I blew up in the pandemic, so I haven't really not blew up, but I got bigger in the pandemic. So there's like, I haven't really gotten a chance to even try to take advantage of the stuff that you might be like, oh, maybe I'll go to VidCon and some people will recognize me or something like that. So like there's things that people I feel like think of when they're gonna get bigger that like there haven't been like an opportunity for that to happen. But I really do think it's just kind of like, I thought that like going full time would like free up some free time for me from back when I was working like 2 other jobs and then like streaming almost every day and then uploading like every other day. And it's like I somehow do less technically, but I never stop. Like I wake up in the morning and it's like the first thing I do and it's the last thing I'm doing before I go to bed. And that's probably a me thing I probably need to work on, but like that would be my letdown. There's no break. I can't relax anymore.
Gotcha. A perfect, unfortunate answer, but yeah. I feel you on that. And you, I mean, I can just tell by your content, you're fucking workhorse, right?
Thank you. I appreciate that. You too, man.
Well, you've also been traveling a shit ton too, so.
Yeah. And it's like for work and stuff.
Go fuck itself. Yeah.
Yeah. People are like, oh, you're traveling a bunch, but like it's always like, hey, can you want to do this thing? There's a film festival, you want to do this? So I'm like, yeah, sure, but yeah. So it's like work while away at the same time. It's fun though. I wouldn't trade it for anything, but that's just like something I don't think people quite realize, like how much it really like eats everything.
Understood.
Yeah.
The only good news to come out of that is another $50 in the pot. Due to your bravery, that's $150 in the pot.
Oh my God.
We are rolling.
You are really not making that mortgage payment today.
So, next question right here. You have been to multiple events over the years for business, and in the past, you would vlog the trip, right?
Yeah.
So, Genesis, MLG Anaheim, to name a couple. Complete side note that has nothing to do with this interview.
Okay.
I've loved watching competitive Melee, Smash,
Nice.
and
Yeah.
I was very envious to see you at Genesis 4, just so casually witnessing like iconic matches that I love, that I rewatch on YouTube. And I was like, oh, you're just chilling there. You're like, yeah, this guy named Mango, he's just, yeah, he's a fan favorite. It's pretty crazy. And I'm like, dude, this is like the craziest set. But I digress, right? I just thought it was really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. Hell
so,
yeah.
now obviously, once the event you're attending has closed down for the day, the night is young. Whether it be going to hit some local bars, going to a Twitch party, you know the vibes. And that would often be the gaps in your vlogs, right? Because you didn't want to be the Dobrik of the nightlife.
Yeah, of course, because those are like the young little kids are always like, oh, you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person.
You've said, quote, never be the person that records evening discussions.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to check somebody who did try being that person? Or have you seen an interaction where someone's recording endeavors had to be shut down?
Yeah, there's literally been kids that were like walking around vlogging and then like walking into bathrooms and being like, oh, yo, with somebody at the fucking urinal. Like I obviously wasn't in there because I wasn't in that bathroom, but it's just like somebody be like, insert idiot name here, was just in the bathroom with a vlog camera. So you get stuff like that, and then it's usually not too bad. The MLG events tend to be, actually like all of them, like TwitchCon and stuff are bad too, but like the MLG events, they always happen at the Anaheim Convention Center, and there's a Hilton right across, like attached to it basically. So the starting place to drink is the Hilton lobby, and that's where like the pro players are staying, and anybody who's there that has a little bit more money or whatever, they're staying in that hotel. So if you hang around there, you'll probably see some of the bigger Call of Duty players or bigger creators that happen to be at events. Same thing if like TwitchCon happens in like the Anaheim area versus like San Diego. And that's where you get a lot of people that can kind of be like maybe pushing their luck a little bit, and you notice that people start sectioning off into little groups. But yeah, the absolute worst was like people vlogging in bathrooms.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's...
Stop.
It's not illegal?
It is illegal. It's
Okay.
absolutely illegal. But it's just, yeah, it's very, very weird behavior that there's like this disconnect, and like some of them will literally give advice being like, yeah, if you just hang around the lobby and you see somebody famous, unfollow them on Twitter and then just try to find a way to organically start a conversation with them. And then when they say who they are, pretend that you don't know who they are. So that then you'd be like, oh, I'll follow you on Twitter, man. And then they feel like they're obligated to follow you back. And I'm like, that is unhinged.
That's psycho shit.
That is psychotic behavior.
Yeah, that's...
Why are you encouraging this?
That's fucking deranged. That's,
yes,
okay,
extremely.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, clout kids, man.
I don't know where you were going with that. I was like, what does unfollowing them on Twitter do? What the fuck? And then,
yeah,
Jesus.
because it's finessing. It's clout chasing to like the weirdest extent.
Okay, let's jump off that here. All
we
right.
will.
Amanda the Jedi. For those of you who have never seen a Star Wars film in their life, like me, that's a reference. You're obviously a fan, but you're also a pretty big fan of Harry Potter as well.
Yeah.
Overall, which franchise has brought you more pain as a fan? Or which association brings more insults to your front door?
I'm probably not even as big as a Star Wars fan as people might think. I know that there's like Star Wars posters behind me and stuff. I just always really like Jedi. I've been rocking this name since I was like 15 and I just stuck with it. And now I regret it more than anything because Star Wars fans are terrible. Not all of you. Some Star Wars fans are great. I like Star Wars, but Star Wars itself sucks now. And it's kind of the same thing we're seeing starting to happen with Marvel in that like they can't outsmart the audiences anymore, so they don't even try sometimes, and then it's just cameo. It's like, why try to do something new? We can just shove in characters that have been around since the fucking 70s, or that, you know, just random. We can just take people from other things and move them into new movies. And then you're just getting all hyped up on nostalgia that you don't realize, wow, the story's really ass. And like sometimes people realize that what they're being fed is shit, but like they get so excited about these like cameos and different things that it overpowers it. So that's disappointing in terms of the content. With Harry Potter, it is disappointing just because of like what is going on with like the creator of Harry Potter now. There's a bunch of issues there. So it's kind of hard to like, you know, get really excited. And also before that, it had already gone off the rails. That last like Fantastic Beasts movie, Crimes of Grindelwald, is fucking dog shit. I'm sure this new one is going to be dog shit. So it's just kind of like putting these franchises in a box and saying goodbye to them and just hoping for the best someday. But Star Wars overall, I think from like a fan base standpoint and a content standpoint is the worst. Like to the point that I'm like, can I rebrand? Is it too late? Can I change my name? Can I just go to Amanda is Mostly Okay? Is that a thing I can do? Strongly considering it.
Well, now would be the time to do it. So.
Probably.
Otherwise, just sticking with the Jedi till 1 million subs.
Yeah, that's true.
Here is the 9th question, which is the final pick a hand.
Okay.
Are you ready, Amanda?
I'm ready.
In my left, we will talk weird. Okay. In my right, we will talk gaming. Amanda the Jedi, pick a hand.
I'm not going to pussy out here. We're going to do both hands. So we're going to start with weird. We're going to start with weird.
Okay, remember I said they get more saucy as they go on.
I know, but gaming, can it get? It can, but I feel confident I can probably defend anything in gaming. So we'll start with weird. Let's see what's up.
Okay, well, we're starting with weird. That's the left hand. Amanda, you've been in so many corners of this industry. You've surpassed 60 million views on your channel, and that's excluding the collabs you've done on multiple other channels. Whether you've realized it or not, you've had a shit ton of eyes on you. And as YouTubers, we've obviously taken our fair share of slugs from audiences, but, and you might agree, it's not always the insults that stick with us. Sometimes it's the weird shit.
Yeah.
What is your creepiest fan story? What is the weirdest shit your prominence on the internet has brought you?
This is one I maybe shouldn't answer, but I'll give like the real quick. For the past year, basically a year now, there is someone in a different country, I won't even specify what country, someone in a different country doesn't speak English, uses Google Translate to send me emails, like it lets the email automatically, so it doesn't make sense. So it's like a broken version, we'll say like Norwegian. It is like Norwegian being translated into English through the Google email. None of it makes sense. They clearly don't understand anything I'm saying in my videos, but they are positive that we're in a relationship, and if anything breaks that idea in their mind, they get super angry. Most recently, they've said that my breath smells of seagull semen. That's one of the more recent insults.
Seagull semen.
Basically, well, it was more like your breath smells like semen and you should be left to the seagulls or something like that. So like, that was the most recent insult.
Either way.
So like, sometimes they get really mad. they'll leave for like a couple weeks or a month, and then they come back as if nothing happened. Like literally be like, oh my love, I love you so much, I will risk prison for you. And I'm like, and like they've sent me pictures of them. They've sent me like videos of them dancing. I know exactly where this person lives, so like if it ever escalates, I can like try to contact the authorities and make them but what are they gonna do? It's like, you live in Canada, we live here. What do you want done here? That's the weirdest. I've had a lot of weird interactions, but I think that person takes the cake.
Yeah, no, you won that one. That one's all you.
Thank you.
That one's easy $50 in the pot.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You on that. That's
yeah, thank you.
Total 200? 200? 200?
Yeah, 200 now, 200.
It's gotta be 200. 200 in the pot.
Yeah.
And that's all out of my fucking pocket. So.
I'm so sorry.
you said you were gonna be bold.
Yeah.
And also go to the other hand. The other hand being gaming.
Gaming.
So.
I'm actually worried. I feel like you just finessed me here a little bit. Okay.
I promise I did not try to. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
You have an impressive resume, Amanda. You do. You have been affiliated in one way or another with, to name a few, Optic, NRG, SOAR, Horizon. And currently, shout out Team Liquid. Right? Mm-hmm. So, you're a fucking gamer. So this question's perfect for you. Amanda, what's the worst esports org you've come in contact with and why? You could have worked directly with them, or if it helps, maybe you received a disrespectful offer, had a disastrous interview, or maybe you just want to spill some esports tea. I'm all ears.
I don't know if I've had anything like too terrible, if I'm being completely honest. Like,
okay.
Out of the ones I've been involved with, I'll show some tea. It was Horizon, but that was like, it was like a thing that like, sometimes when you're in those smaller teams, which like I probably just didn't even need to be like trying to be in, and you're trying to like go to a different one, because like for a while I was like more in the gaming side of thing. I was trying to get into like, you know, working with gaming companies, different things like that. So you're trying to kind of like work your way up a ladder while still respecting the content and stuff. So I had been working with one org that was like related to Team Rival, and like Rival, it turns out, were the ones that like really liked me. So they were the ones who were like, we want to bring you out to like help film this event. We're going to send you a chair to review. And then like somebody in Horizon like came at me like really aggressively, being like, you're going to keep, you know, trying to like shell out for these other companies when we're the ones who've done all this for you. I feel like we're on good terms now, but in terms of like a personal experience, that would have been the worst. Everybody else has treated me like super well. I have opinions on certain esports orgs, but I have friends in a lot of the big ones, or at least like acquaintances, people who either work for the orgs or people that are in the orgs as like talent and stuff. So like I've got respect across the board, but like for a personal experience, it was Horizon. I figured I would give you the real answer there. Yeah, and I feel like no one cares. No one watching this video is gonna be like, oh fuck. Whoa.
Horizon, let's get to them, boys.
Like, this was like back in like 2016, and they're like, oh god. Yeah.
Okay, I'm cool with that. I like that answer.
Hell yeah.
That is $250, if I'm not fucking it. Straight from your bravery to my pockets.
Hell yeah.
To whatever the fuck we decide at the end, which we will talk about shortly.
Hell yeah.
So, you toughed it out. All you did was skip the first one, which, oddly enough, you took the next two, but you skipped the first one.
I did.
That's fine with me. No
I was
issue.
like, I just don't know. Who knows where controversy is gonna go?
Yeah, I know. It is intimidating. So I don't blame you for that.
And I couldn't skip that one. That was one that you're like, you can't skip this.
Exactly.
So I was like, never mind.
We are at our final portion of the interview here, Amanda. So
Okay.
I do have to expose you a bit.
Okay.
You are Canadian.
Yep.
You also participated in Jubilee's Marvel Superfans Odd Man Out, where you helped your group sniff out the fake Marvel fan amongst
Yeah,
the
I did.
group, right? Which I enjoyed. Just
Thank you.
side note. So, let's play a little fun game here. Represent your nationality. We're gonna play a little fun game called Which of these actors is not Canadian?
Oh shit. Okay.
We'll have 3 rounds, and I feel like we need some sort of punishment here, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe get some money out of you here. Every
Yeah.
wrong answer is $20 yoinked from your wallet.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
Every correct answer takes a dub out of mine. Shall we?
Shall we?
Okay. Round 1, Amanda the Jedi. Which of these actors is not Canadian? Jim Carrey, Drew Barrymore, Michael J. Fox.
I know Jim Carrey is. Is he? I'm gonna say Drew Barrymore.
You have selected Drew Barrymore. Is that your final answer?
She's like, which one's not Canadian?
Not Canadian, yes, correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Drew Barrymore.
You have selected Drew Barrymore, Amanda the Jedi. Drew Barrymore was born in Culver City, California.
Oh,
you are
yeah.
correct. 1 for 1.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I know a little bit about Drew Barrymore. So
Just like that, that's $20 yoinked for me. Bang. Very nice. Round 2. We have Tim Allen, William Shatner, Dan Aykroyd.
Tim Allen is not Canadian.
Tim Allen is not Canadian. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You are ever so confident, and that's because you are fucking right. Born in Waco, Texas. 2 for 2. Why are you so good at this? What the
Because
fuck?
that man, I've heard that man talk. He's not Canadian. I know.
Okay, that's another $20 yoink for me, just like that. Easy peasy. Final round. We have Mean Girl's very own Rachel McAdams.
She's Canadian.
We have the super bad man himself, Michael Cera.
He's Canadian.
And we have the Dark Knight Rises pretty boy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Not Canadian. It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's not Canadian.
No, big fucking surprise. He's born in Los Angeles. You're 3 for 3. Look at you being Canadian as fuck.
Sorry, I know. I just fucking know.
Damn, just like that.
We have so little. We know everything. We know our own.
I thought you'd at least miss one on that. Jesus.
It would have been the first one because I was like, is Jamie Foxx Canadian? That's what that threw me off. I was like, I don't think he is, but I really don't think Drew Barrymore is. So if that had been between Drew Barrymore and Jamie Foxx, like that could have been.
That's money. That's $60 yoinked from me. I lost track of the money. I'll have to add it up right now. Do you remember?
I think you're
I don't know.
310 because you were 250. Because I got
250,
everything right except for the
310.
one I didn't answer. Yeah,
You're
I think
absolutely
310.
correct. That's $310 in the pot. You fucking nailed it. You can decide on a charity of your choice.
Can we do the Kids Help Phone in Canada? So that $310 American will go further.
Yeah, of course.
Kids Help Phone. They're like a crisis counseling resource for kids. They've got like an online forum area so that like if you're like getting abused or if you're just going through a rough time, you can call them. They help you out. They're really good.
Of course. $310 going straight to the Kids Help Fund. All thanks to the bravery of Amanda the Jedi on here on Pick a Hand. So that's awesome. That is all the questions I have for you. So Amanda, if you just want to shout yourself out, say where people can find you, the yada, go ahead.
Yeah, so you can find me everywhere on YouTube, Twitch, when I'm there, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Letterboxd at Amanda the Jedi. And also, you know what, Mr. Gigi, I'm feeling generous. I will match your $310 donation for the Kids Help Fund.
Boom, 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 boom,
Let's
boom.
do it.
That's
Woo!
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
$620 going to the Kids Help Fund. You've seen it
There we
here.
go.
Love it.
Let's
Wholesome
go.
as fuck. Yes, that's from the Tomato Meter approved critic herself,
Yep.
Amanda the Jedi. You love to see it here on Pick a Hand. Thank you guys for watching. It very much appreciated. And we are out.